Oh my God, this is a disaster. I am a mess. Banners. Oh. We're live with no intro. Hold on.
Guys, it's me. I'm back.
What's up, party people?
We're like, Mads, come on.
All right, this show is taking a turn for the. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Monsterbass Live. I'm gonna be your host today. I'm gonna be your live stream production manager. We are officially underway post Jared, so I don't really have anyone to blame for any of this stuff except for myself. I should have probably paid more attention to everything during the setup, and if I did, I wouldn't be playing with all these wires trying to act like I'm professional. But here we are, and I got a great show for you today. We got Mikey Balzz on, and we're going to talk a little bit about fishing. He knows a thing or two about it. I hope you guys can all hear me. Rumor has it we got 3 likes, so we're off to a great start. Thank you. Let's see who's in the chat. I see Army Outdoors, Westfall Outdoors, who said that my Father's Day bundle's a sweet deal. If you guys haven't checked out the Father's Day bundle, I think it's called the Best Dad Bundle. Let me find out right now for you. It's a pretty sick bundle, and there's a promo. Yeah, it's called the Best Dad Bundle. We got them on the website. It's a hell of a screaming deal. You get a discount. You get I don't even know how much it is, but you get $250 worth of stuff, $232 worth of stuff, and with a code you get it all for $79. It's ridiculous. I'm giving it away because I love dads. Well, actually, that sounded super weird.
Are the videos in the Google Drive folder?
I think so, Mikey. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, God.
All right, we're going to bring you in.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I'm sitting here. I'm working. I'm double working. I'm multitasking, dude.
Double working. Well, listen, I just said I like dads. What? We can all hear Mikey before he was on. Oh, everyone can hear him. All right.
I could have gotten in a lot of trouble.
I know.
I don't see myself on there, though.
I know. I haven't brought you in. It's the magic. It's the magic behind this show now that I'm in charge. See what happens when you give me a little bit of power? Not only does it go to my head, but I start to yield it in different ways. Let's see who else we got here. We got Rippin. We got Marty Lawson. Marty the Party on. We got Tom Brewster. Southeast Georgia Kayak Bass Fishing. That's a channel right there.
Hey, this is the guy in the. I have a question. Oh, you're putting me on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Master Rick.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is our guest today.
I'm sitting here on my phone tapping away, and you got my audio going. You know what? Actually, all right. This is the one naughty thing I'll say through the whole live thing, and then I'm done. Okay. So I logged in, and you guys were setting up all your new equipment, so there's nothing there, right? So I'm in the waiting room and all that stuff. And the girl just took a shower, and she took it in the guest bathroom, and she was walking to the other room. So she comes in here square, like naked, dude. And she's like, "Hi, what are you doing for dinner?" And I'm like, because I didn't know if you guys were going to pop in. So that was my moment thus far. But now we're going.
That could have been amazing.
Yeah, now she's talking. The kayak guys. I got a question for everybody who's going to be in the chat room. So kind of a little announcement. I'm thinking about getting a kayak because I like doing all my extreme crazy boat fishing with all the technology, but I kind of want to do a little bit of a millennial rewind and go back to the roots and have something that's naked, simple, in touch with nature. So for all the kayak guys in the chat and all that, I'm looking at a Kusa FD. a Jackson Kayak Coosa FD, and a Jackson Kayak Bite FD. So I want negatives, positives, any kind of insight you guys can give me when it comes to looking at a kayak and evaluating it, if that's cool. I just crowdsourced you guys. That's kind of awesome.
That is some serious multitasking.
Doing everything.
I think I might want to just open the phone lines and let people start talking about kayaks.
Caller, go
Let's
ahead.
just throw the show. Oh, wait. Can anyone hear me? I'm not. Jared would be so mad at me. I'm not even. Can you guys hear me now? Oh, that must be so much better.
Yeah, that is a lot better. You were kind of quiet, but it was nice. It was.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to me. I get it. I get it. Now I got this stupid thing in here.
Who's Jared, by the way?
Oh my God, he's our podcast producer.
Okay.
And, we fired him.
Really?
Oh my God, this guy did he did an amazing job, and he worked for us for basically free.
Right.
And he's a good friend of ours, and we fired him because he needs to go and make some real money. Like, as much as I love having him here, he's great. He does all the work for us.
Right.
We had to set him free so that he could like use his time and make some money so that he can go and try and have a family.
So you canned him.
We did.
You get a real skewed sense of how to take care of people, dude.
Well, why sit here and spend? Because basically he doesn't book work. He's a photographer and a damn good one. And he doesn't book work on Thursdays because he has to do our podcast where we pay him like $20.
Yeah.
And his daily rate's like $2,500.
Right.
So
yeah, but you know what? Maybe that's an homage to Father's Day, because what you guys did was kind of a fatherly move. You know, you let him go, but you gave him the push to go in the right direction. Like, you kind of knew what was better, you know?
Well, oddly enough, he doesn't have a dad. And so we all take him under his wing, and we try to be the best dad we can for him.
You know, that is something. I don't want to get all smushy gushy,
Yeah.
but like, you know, the relationship I have with Rafi and that, and I think me and you have a pretty good relationship. I don't know if a lot of people, maybe they do through the live, like I don't always tune in, but like the front end of this company is like, yeah, sell baits and like fishing and all that. But on the back end, like, people kind of are really nice and take care of each other, and we're all kind of looking out for each other. And that's why I'm a part of it, because it's a cool scene, and like, you guys are super cool. Rafi is super cool, and I like that.
He's okay.
So,
He's okay.
He's okay.
Let's not.
I love Rafi, dude.
What's there? All right, so let's be honest. What do you really like about the guy, though?
I don't know, because here's the way I operate with people. I'm terrible about evaluating actually who you are and what you bring to the table. I like have this first impression, sort of, maybe it's emotional, like instinct that I go off of. And it's like a chemical, I don't know, like it's either right or it's wrong. And I ride that, dude. And it's actually done pretty well for me. So it's one of those things. Maybe it's kind of feminine, actually. Oh dear. Yeah.
It's your divine feminine energy.
Yeah. Right. Like I'm in touch with her.
Uh-oh.
Meet Michelle. Who's this? There he is. There. I didn't even know he was there.
There you go.
Rafi's a douche. Forget it, dude. I'm not
Total douche. Total douche.
Total douche, dude.
And with that, we've got our first golden ticket number. All right, so here's how we're gonna do it today, guys. Golden tickets. As you know, your box has an individually numbered golden ticket. And I'm gonna call out numbers only when someone calls in, and only when someone can answer some questions about kayaks, so Mikey can make the right choice.
Yes.
And if you got nothing good to say,
please say it.
Please. You don't need golden tickets.
No, Come on. We want everyone's view, opinion, and perspective, dude. Come on.
100%. So you can either call in and talk trash about Rafi, or you can talk about kayaks, or we can talk about the baits in this month's box. I don't care what your question is. The number's down below. But you guys need to like pony up some questions. So until then, we're just going to sit and talk about the Tokyo rig.
Yeah.
And why it's Rafi's favorite.
That's because I did the video on the Tokyo rig.
I heard. I heard. And not only did I hear about that,
Oh no.
we made we made
Lots of money?
no.
Oh.
I mean, it was a good try though. Hold on.
I think I'm the next one who's gonna get canned here.
No, I'm pretty sure it's me. Just for the record, I'm pretty sure I'm getting canned. So here's the Tokyo rig kit. I don't know if we're actually gonna promote it today, but in your honor today, we made a promo code for everybody that's watching today, and I'm gonna put it up in the chat.
It better be balls deep, dude.
Is it? Let me see. I've actually got to get it. Let me find it. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Let me find it. I know it's Balzz something. Oh no, I gotta learn to spell it though. There it is. Okay, it is not what you think. It's here it is. I'm putting it in the chat for everybody watching. There's only 62 people watching. Promo code ASU. We're gonna give everyone 33% off store wide. And here's your promo code. There it is. And I'll show it in the chat.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, so what's going on? So I heard that you got your boat back. What was wrong with the boat?
No. I'm more elitist than that at this point. I got a new boat.
Oh, tell us more.
So I've been trying to get a boat every year. We'll see how long this lasts. But I was fortunate enough. I sold my other boat, actually Blue Balls. It had a name. So I sold Blue Balls and I got a new boat. And thanks to Swimsuit Girl, she actually named the new boat. And when I rolled up with it, it was all sunny out and all that. And it made all these wonderful sparks. Do you remember? You're like, what are you? You're a little older than me. You're like a 70s child, like 80s child.
Something like that.
Okay, whatever. So you remember like they used to take us to the astronomy things,
Yeah. Planet.
Yeah. So like remember how it was all like these like little lights? It was super cool, right? Like it was like a light show, dude. So the boat looks like a light show, all these different colors and iridescent. So the girl's like, that's Spaceballs. And I'm like, what? Like that's Spaceballs. And she actually loves Mel Brooks movies and stuff. So she was thinking about, Spaceballs and like all those like 80s kind of movies and that. I know that's not, Spaceballs isn't Mel Brooks, but
sure.
She was she saw it. She likes Spaceballs, and I'm like, that works. So now moving forward, every boat that I get will incorporate balls in it. So it might get a little hairy at some point, but it works.
Literally.
Yeah. So
I love that. And so what kind of boat?
It's a Nitro Z20, Mercury 250 on the back. I put 10-foot power poles on it. I got all these I got some cool stuff. I got a buddy down in South Florida. His name's Rich. Dude has like guns, like a freaking Navy ship, dude. Like but like the nicest, coolest dude. And he does all these power pole accessories, and he hooked me up with these it's this really cool light that goes on top of your power pole. And the other thing is these power poles are like 10 foot, so they're bigger than the ones I got. And he makes these folding brackets. And so basically I can like pack the boat up, like fold them down and stick it in some little tiny carport. It's really cool. So I did a bunch of tweaks to it. It's a really, let's put it this way. I don't deserve it. The rig is super sweet. It's probably beyond my skill level. I have no excuse not to catch a bass when I'm in it because it's so set up nice. And I'm super stoked, man.
I love that. And so do you get all the bells and whistles for free? Like is someone throwing you power poles?
No.
Really?
Hell no, dude. No, I save for, so anybody who's like watching this knows, like over the years, so the YouTube channel started, I was in basically like a rental John boat. And what they don't know is like I used to ride a 49cc like college kid scooter, which I was, to go rent that John boat. And I put a 12-volt battery at the bottom, like at the feet part, and a little troll motor on the back. And like I bring a camera, a little Sony DV camera. So I had that, and that was a rental. And then I bought like a 77 John. Basically, like over the years, I've been fortunate enough to kind of save money and grow what I'm doing and basically stash a bunch of money. And literally I do like 2 things, dude. I sit at home and, well, 3 things. I work, sit at home, and I go fishing. So I'm like, well, I spend a lot of time in the boat. So if I'm going to blow my money like an idiot and, you know, don't care about anything, I'm going to spend it on the boat and have something nice and ride the wave while I can.
So what you're saying is, if I'm hearing you correctly,
my investment decisions suck. Yeah.
We need to get you connected with someone from Power Pole to get you free power poles.
That's not going to happen. I don't mind paying for this stuff, dude. Like I'll tell you what, like you do value the stuff. Like when you're rigging it and picking, because the other thing too is like being able to pick what you want and purchase what you want is empowering too, right? Like I can say, hey, this is what I want. And I don't have to go and be like, hey, can I have this with it? You know, so it's Rick. You always got a business plan, dude.
So what if I could get you free power poles?
I mean, I will take.
Do we have to wait till next year?
We would have to wait till next year. Yeah,
till next year. And you don't have electronics sponsor?
I get a little bit of help with the electronics, but no, I don't, like, because I don't do the sponsor stuff, dude. I've always tried to keep things kind of independent and like do my own thing, and so
I get it. All right, no sponsors.
No sponsors. I'd rather throw my money away, right? The market sucks right now, anyways. It's not like I dump a bunch of stuff into stocks and all that. So
fair enough. All right, so I understand that getting you out to fish the California Delta is going to be next to impossible.
Yeah, I need to do a massive roadie, just like you guys. You guys are going to come and see me in Florida though in January, right?
We are.
Okay,
we are.
That'll be a fun time.
We're gonna score a house. We're gonna bring a bunch of people. We're gonna record a bunch of stuff. Give everybody the content. But you'll be the only one without a kayak because no one's calling in. Or I've really screwed this thing up and no one can call in because I haven't done something. Because God darn it, Jared, I can't even yell at him anymore.
No, you
probably. Yeah. Huh. All right, somebody do me a favor if you're sitting at home because we only have like 8 likes.
Well, maybe I can call. What's the number?
It's on the screen, 323-210-4180.
This should be fun.
I mean, nobody's got a question. This is bull. I'm not doing any golden tickets today.
It's probably going to be some chicken.
Thank you for calling SB Live. You may listen to the show while waiting. A beeping
Whoa,
noise.
I see you.
With the host.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, but that's back from my phone. Okay. So I'm in the holding pattern, dude.
Not anymore.
Oh,
I just got rid of it.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah. I got someone that's calling in and I'm nervous. I'm nervous because, wow, now we got 3 phone calls.
Oh, did we start? We lit the fire.
Oh, they hung up. Nope. Ralph hung up. I don't know who this is. Hung up. Brendan hung up. Oh my God, there's a lot of people here. All right, we're going to talk to this guy because he's fishing a tournament right now. And yesterday he was in 4th place with, I think, a 25-pound bag.
Dude, that's serious.
Let's see how he's doing. All right, T-Rex, how are we doing today?
What's happening? Not as good a day as yesterday, but we'll see. I just got to my room right now.
Just put him on the mic, dude.
You were saying you needed somebody to call in, so I called in.
Yeah, you sure did. And for whatever reason, it's coming out of my phone instead of the I don't know what I'm doing here. What is going on here?
I don't think you can ever have me on again, dude. Every time I come on, like the train just gets wrecked.
Did you figure it out?
No, I didn't figure it out, but I think everyone can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So how'd you do today?
Mikey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
We didn't do well today. The weather's a little rough. It's a little windy on the water. We only weighed in like 6 pounds today. It was pretty tough out there. Took quite a beating out there, actually.
Where's he fishing at?
Almost fell in the water. That would have been bad.
Where are you fishing?
We're at Clear Lake.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So I should probably still be at least in the top 30. I'll let you know when they get the standings out.
That's exciting.
So one more day to go.
I love it. What were you tossing on day one?
Day one, I started out with the Ragnar. Only had one blow up on the Ragnar. 4.1 pound largemouth bass. The rest of the day, I threw the spinner blade that we got out of the Lunker Hunt box with a kayak trailer.
Nice.
And that's what we get the rest of the fish on.
Okay. Well, you think you're still in the top 10?
No, probably not top 10 because there was some big bags that were getting weighed in behind me. So there was a couple of guys that had 25, 30-pound bags. So
Jesus.
I figure I'll probably drop back about maybe 15 to 20 places. So hopefully not that far, but we'll see.
Love it. All right.
But hey, tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's another pro. So I'm getting a lot of experience. I'm getting to talk to a lot of people. I've actually talked to a couple guys about being on the show. They showed interest, but we'll see what happens.
T-Rex, if you there's a comment in the thread that says that if you win the tournament, we're gonna rename Ragnar T-Rex. And so
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
I would have to put a 30-pound bag up tomorrow.
It's doable.
What's your point? Is that what are you calling? Are you calling it?
I'm going to give it my best because changing it to the T-Rex would be super exciting. So, I'm going to go out there and give it my all. It depends on the pro that you get. So
here's what I think.
The pro I think the pro.
No. If I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to. I think you walk on that boat and you yell shotgun. You go straight to the front of the boat and say, "Hey, I called it first, bro. Fair. You know the rules. It's fair."
That's legal.
I'm gonna do that.
You should totally do that. And just be like, I'm just kidding.
You want me to videotape it too?
Oh my God, yeah. Totally. You gotta. Do you have a question? Do you have a question for Mikey?
Oh no, we're talking tournaments, dude.
As far as the kayak thing, I really don't know anything about kayaks. Sorry, Mikey. I wish I had more information for you on that. I'm a boat guy. I have a boat. I love my boat. I couldn't go wrong with the price I got my boat for. So, yeah. Sorry, Mike, I can't help you with that. But I want to know what Mikey's go-to bait is in Florida for peacock bass.
Oh, a popper. And it's not because it catches
I
the
can't
most.
hear if he's saying anything.
Oh, you can't hear him?
No.
God, this sucks. I don't know what I'm
Can you translate, Rick?
Yeah. You said a popper.
Not because it catches the most, but it's
Popper?
the most fun to catch them on.
Not because it catches the most, but because it's the most fun to catch them on.
He hung up, dude. He's like, I'm done with it.
Because in the next couple of years, I'm planning on going to Florida just so I can catch a peacock bass.
Yeah, tell him to shoot me a message or something, dude. I'm happy to freaking kind of give him all the insights that I have. It's been a minute since I've been down there, but
Yeah, he said that I should give you my phone number. You should call me, and I'll give you all the fishing tips that you'd ever need. I'm like I'm like a wonder kid.
there we go.
Cooler to pond.
Your
Pond would be
my
good for you.
personal Rolodex.
Yeah. Actually, T-Rex, what he meant to say was, why don't you roll down to Florida next year when we're all down there fishing, and you can come on board his boat and yell shotgun, and he'll gladly concede the front of the boat to you.
Shotgun on Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And grab a Mad Max popper and get after
I
it.
get to
boy.
do my T-Rex shuffle.
Yeah. Yeah. The Mad Max
I
shuffle.
now have I have my own T-Rex shuffle.
Here you go, bro. What pattern or spinnerbait are you throwing these days?
Day one, we were throwing it 10 to 12 feet of water,
What color?
and we're throwing it in grass. The grass was about 8 foot deep,
Uh-huh.
and they're bedding down in the grass right now. So what I was doing was letting it just drift down in the grass a little bit just to stir it up a little bit. And they were coming right up out of the grass and nailing it. And that would be with a chartreuse white double willow lunker hunt.
Hold on. I think I have one right here. You mean this one?
I don't know. I'm talking to you on the phone.
Ah,
I don't have my computer with me.
this is a disaster. This show, you would think
Yeah.
my very first one, like I'd be better at this. I should have continued paying Jared $20 and not worried about his
I
life.
think it was a good investment, bro. I think you blew
Doing
it.
great.
Yeah.
I'm showing the new chartreuse and white spinnerbait from Monsterbass.
I know. I keep waiting. You said you were going to send me one of those.
I just got them in the mail today. Listen, I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to run a company and produce a podcast. I can only do one thing well,
I know.
and it ain't either of those.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Which one is it?
This is what I'm telling you. You should tell Rafi, you're my number 2, Rafi. You're supposed to be handling this podcast. You need to get with Jared, learn what to do. That's what I'm paying you for.
Listen, do you think
Okay, there's
Rafi?
so
Do you
much
think
shit
Rafi
to
ever
knock it
listens to me? I'm trying to talk about fishing, and he already left to go home.
Did he really? He's
Yeah.
probably- yeah,
Some-
he's in the
some
bathroom.
ridiculous-
He's in the
I was there.
bathroom.
Some ridiculous nonsense about his kid graduating from whatever participation. I mean, it's not even like kids graduating from high school or you know, Barbizon beauty school at the mall. Like, there's no need for glamour shots. Whatever. No, his kid Milo's graduating, and he's got some. I think it's a graduation barbecue, and he's gonna go pick up his kid, and he should be there at some point.
Is he barbecuing?
I don't know. I'm not there.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Yeah, no, he's not.
Oh, see how he is?
Yeah. Whatever. All right. Well, listen, T-Rex, I want you to remember there's no try, only do. I want you to crush it tomorrow. I want you to bring home the trophy, finish top.
There you go.
Good catch. Finish top 10 and make us all proud. We believe in you.
Bring home the bacon, baby.
I'm gonna step foot on that boat tomorrow with nothing but the most confidence, and I'm gonna give it my all. And if I by chance stay up in the top 10 at the end of the tournament, I'm going to holler out, how you like them Mikey balls?
You know what?
Go there, did
I'm not even fishing, and I'm going to walk into the grocery store, and I'm going to yell that later on. I'm just going to yell it.
You're going to have to bail both your asses out of jail, dude.
Yeah. I get one phone call. I know
All
I'm
right,
calling.
well,
All right, buddy.
I need to get up because I got to go to a meeting right now. So
All right. Remember.
we'll, keep you informed, and everybody out there, thanks for the well wishes and good lucks and all that. And Mikey, thanks for being on the show, man. We always appreciate you.
Hey, dude, good luck tomorrow, T-Rex. Smash them up, man.
And T-Rex, remember, don't get greedy. If you're sticking lead weights in the fish, only do one. Don't do three. That's how you get caught. Okay.
Lead?
Yeah, whatever.
You know, it's easier
That's
to
the
use
last
tungsten.
time I was on
All right,
this
tungsten.
show,
Fine,
man.
fine. Do whatever.
That is the last time I was on this show.
Yeah. Okay.
And I put your name on each one of them.
Yeah, of course.
Rick was here.
Property of,
No, it would be the
property.
MD one.
Yeah, property of Mystery Tackle Box.
You mentioned.
Totally, it's fine. Just tell them that Ross said so. It's fine. Ross, if you're watching, you know I'm just joking, bro. I'm just joking.
Oh, jeez.
All right, Rick. I do need to get.
All right, goodbye.
So
Bye.
Find out who I'm drawing tomorrow. So
All right.
later, guys.
Bye. All right, that's T-Rex. Let me see. We got one other guy. He's waiting 12 minutes. He better know a thing or two about kayaks or I'm going to be pissed. This show sucks. And it's not because of you. It's because of me.
Wow.
I can't even hear. I don't understand what's going on. Hold on, Ralph. We're going to figure this out. Jeremy Hickman. See, Jeremy Hickman could call in. Rick needs to wrap my bass radar. I'll wrap it. Somebody needs. I think I fished 98% out of my kayak. Listen, over the shoulder fishing. If you fish out of your kayak 98% of the time, certainly you can call in and give us a little bit of help on what to do.
Just a little bit of insight.
Just a little bit of something.
Because I fished 0% out of. I fished out of a canoe. Actually, maybe that's a topic. Like, what have you actually fished out of? I fished off my bike, out of a boat, all kinds of different boats. I fished in the water, swimming. Like,
really?
Huh. Never out of a kayak. Actually, maybe I did when I was a kid once. Like out of some, like them crappy ones, like Walmart kayaks. But
maybe. All right. Hold on for a second. I'm going to try and fix this problem. I have an idea. I'll be right back. If you want to talk to the people at home, give away all my stuff.
You're giving me the reins?
Yep. Give away all my stuff.
Wow. Here we go. Okay. So big sale for Monsterbass going on right now. 100%. Oh, no, we won't do that. Well, boys, if you're in the chat, I'll do a little self-promoting. I just dropped a video that's pretty cool if you want to check it out. So what I've actually been doing is dude, I can't even get a thought in. You're too quick. Oh, you're not back yet. So I don't know if you guys have had this experience, but during the summer, these fish school, right? And so we catch them out deep schooling. I've been seeing fish come up on my forward facing and seeing them school before they school. Have you guys ever seen anything like this? Like literally, I'll watch them start coming up and I'll throw my bait where they're about to come up. It's stupid freaking cool. Like it's crazy. It's like video game stuff. You're like, here they come. And literally the water is glass around you and nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, like a half second later to your right where you thought they would be, they come up and blast. It's so stupid. And, to be honest with you, that's one of the reasons I've been kind of looking at a kayak is I'm interested in sort of getting back to, the forward facing is cool with seeing them come up in that, but there's something to be said for kind of getting out there and getting in the mix and getting in touch with nature and playing around with these fish and maybe even fishing shallow and getting in some places. I got a creek down the street from me and I really want to go there. It's kind of dirty and bum ridden, but at the same time offers a lot of fishing potential. So I'd like to kind of tap into it and I don't want to exactly wade in the water. So I don't know. Figured it'd be fun.
I love that.
Yeah, dude. Friggin', I don't know. Those bridges, you got to watch it on the bridges, dude. Especially when we were down in Florida, the few times I went saltwater fishing, like you go at night and bridges are the key. And like I had a dude take me out once and we rolled into this bridge. He's like, yeah, man, it's cool. It's like freaking like 12:30 at night, you know, like no reason to be out whatsoever. And we roll into this bridge and we got to walk down this ravine to get in the bridge where there's no street lights. It goes from you're on the street to like dark, like nothingness. It's like there's only a few bums. One guy's like, you know, a junkie or whatever. And I'm like, really? Should I bring a supplement, if you will, like just in case? And, yeah, so that was so.
All right. I think I might have fixed this. We're going to give this a try. Hold on.
Yeah, you know, Raymond, I am talking about bass. It's there's like schools of bass, and everybody talks about catching them out deep, and they've been schooling on top like that, but you can see them coming from out deep, like they'll be in like 15, 20 feet of water, and you like literally see them torpedo to the top. It's kind of cool because you see, because I think fishing is a lot about, you know, understanding what's happening under the water, and I think that's something that draws us in. So it's interesting to see all these behaviors and actions that happen before we even catch the fish, before you pop out on top. It's super cool, dude. It got me so fired up to see it and to call your shots. There's nothing. And Rick's going to die. This podcast is seriously going to train wreck, dude. You're just going to fall over. And I'm like, what, like 4 hours away by plane? Can't even get there, dude.
I'm going to die.
Like 911 doesn't work. Like it's. Oh.
All right, but the good news is I think I fixed it. Who's on the line?
No one.
It's Jeremy, your favorite from Two Brothers Fishing.
Dude, give Rick a slow clap, dude. That's tech support, dude. You're earning $20, homie.
I am. Jeremy, how you doing, man?
Just got off the water. I'm doing great.
Amazing. Now you have a kayak, right?
So, yes, I do. I love my kayak.
Tell me more.
So what's the problem here that we need to address?
So it's not a problem, Jeremy. Basically, I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I am a boat guy and have been a boat guy forever. You know, I had John boats and rowboats and used those, but I've never had a kayak, and I kind of want to get back to my roots a little bit. And I'm looking at two different kayaks. I know I want a pedal-driven kayak, but I'm looking at a Jackson kayak Bite FD and a Coosa FD. And to be honest with you, like they're literally like $1,000 different price point, and I have no idea why. So like, I need a little insight, dude, a little experience.
I would go with the Coosa because that's actually one I'm considering myself.
Really? So why are you looking at it?
Well, because it's one of the best platforms for fishing, and you know, I've been around like the Jackson or the Old Towns. I actually have an Old Town pedal 106, and it does everything I need it to do. But I think I'm going to upgrade into something with a little bit more weight capacity so that I can add live scope and, you know, the trolling motor and all that fun stuff.
So Jeremy, I guess that's a question that I have for you. So I think that's the biggest difference between this Bite and this Coosa. When it comes to the Coosa, even if I want to fish naked and simple, I can do that, but it also gives me the options to sort of step up and like mod it out and add a bunch of stuff if I choose to go that route. Is that true?
That's true. And I know it works great with the Torpedo on the back. Works great on the Coosa. So, I mean, I'm like you. I spent a lot of my life in the 21-foot nitro. But kayak, dude, it's amazing. It's completely different. It takes you.
Experience. Yeah, dude.
It'll make you slow down and really, I think what you said takes you back to the roots to where you actually become even better than you already are by slowing down. Because we in the bass boats, we tend to run around and, you know, pick up and go, pick up and go. In a kayak, it's a little different. You got to slow down, really pick things apart. But when you get on them, oh my gosh, you get on them.
Yeah. And you're super sneaky too. Like they don't even know you're there. That's the kind of feedback I was looking for, because that's basically what I'm looking to do. You know, times I can't get the boat out, drive all the way to the boat ramp, you know, drive to the lake, you know, just throw that thing in the back of the truck, shoot over to a creek, fish for 2 or 3 hours, come back, go to work, you know, do that kind of thing. Gives you a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, and like you can pick up and go. Some days I'm on 3 different bodies of water, because if they're not, you know, cooperating in one, I go check another and then go check another. One of the 3, normally I can get on them, but it allows me the opportunity, if I'm not feeling it, to go somewhere different.
So Jeremy, you got a lot of.
I can load and go.
No, go ahead, dude. Well, that's what I was
Say that
gonna ask
again.
is the loading. Do you have do you just carry that thing around, or do you put it on wheels, or what do you do?
Now, mine is set up with the boondock system, which is landing gear. You can put it down and then put it up once it's in the water.
Okay.
And I just, it stays in the back of my truck. I've got a tailgate extender from Harbor Freight. It was like $100, and I just slide it in the back of my truck, strap it in, and go.
Really? So Rick, you made that face.
Yeah,
there's like so many crazy mods that you can do with these kayaks. I started reading a little bit about it. Like, it's insane, all the stuff that you can add to them, man.
Totally.
Well, one of the cool things is JT Fishing with Gramps is going to be doing, he's working on videos right now talking about the different kayaks, the paddle, the pedal, and then the trolling motor, or like he has an Old Town with a Minn Kota with spot lock where the pedal drive goes.
Yep.
And he just runs a motor. But the mods, like, I was amazed at how much stuff. But setting up your kayak, you got to put some thought into it. Like, if you put a black pack on the back, and then put those shotgun tubes, angle them so that if you're on the lake, it doesn't matter. But if you're on a river or creek, you've got them angled out, or angled back, so they don't stand up and get in the limbs.
Yep. That makes a lot of sense.
You know, it's little things. Well, you know, all you have to do is you get the kayak, and then we'll make you a list of all the things you need.
Yeah.
Because, like, I installed an Anchor Wizard on mine, and I don't know how I lived without it.
What's an Anchor?
You know,
Right.
An Anchor Wizard is, it just goes off the front or the back of the boat. Some guys have one in the front and back, but it's got a release. It releases the anchor, and then you can wind it back up instead of, you know, pulling a rope and doing all this and that. I can literally drop my anchor and then do my photo submission. It's just part of my routine, so that when I drop anchor, boom, that way I'm on the spot and I don't drift off while I'm taking the picture and uploading it for the tournaments.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was just amazed how many options there are.
Yeah.
That's why, man. That's why I figured I'd kind of tap into the knowledge base that you guys have, because you know how it is. Like, you buy something and you're like, man, I wish I would have knew this, or I wish I would have asked somebody about this. And there's so many different dimensions and mods that they're doing with these kayaks that it's a whole nother world, dude.
Well, and I always recommend that a person actually go and test different kayaks by doing what you would do when you're on the lake. Right. If you want to stand up, there's a lot of people that don't stand up, but if you want to stand up, certain kayaks are better for stability.
Right.
And like in my Old Town, it's the smallest Old Town they make, and I'm 215 pounds, I stand up and I use my pedals with my hand to move me around since I don't have a trolling motor.
Right.
So, you know, like you said, pick the one that you want to and make sure that you can do all the things you want to do in the future, and just add things as you go until you've got a complete rig, you know, with all the bells and whistles.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's probably why it's better to invest a little more at the beginning, just in case I super duper get into it and it becomes a thing. I appreciate it, Jeremy. Those are some great insights, dude. That kind of gets me along because I definitely am in uncharted territory.
Well, you can always reach out to me or JT if you have any questions or just want, you know, sources to where to get stuff. And, you know, so just hit us up whenever you need us.
10-4. I appreciate it, bro.
Hey, Jeremy, before you go, one question, okay?
Okay.
Everyone wants to know, who's the better angler, you or your brother?
Well, let's see. I finished 5th in Indiana in May, and I'm currently leading Indiana for June in the challenge series. So, well, I think we all know I am.
Oh, I like it.
All right.
Call it like it is.
All right. Well, you heard from one Hickman. Maybe we're going to hear from the other. I don't know. There you go, man. Hey, thanks for calling in.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Rick.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Bye, Mike.
And thank you for your service. All right. Let's see. We got a couple other people here on this thing.
I like the question about the beer cooler. That's one thing I wasn't thinking about. Like, I got this giant cooler on my boat. There's like no cooler on a kayak. Like, you better bring an ice bottle or something. You know what I mean? Because you don't have a bunch of space.
Huh.
I think some guys.
If I was designing a kayak, I would put one on there.
But, you know, I think some guys strap one like behind them or something. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like the saltwater guys strap them down. But that's all stuff that it seems so simple. Like, it's a boat. You go and you float it and you catch fish. But, dude, they've done so much crazy shenanigans. Like, there's all kinds of. Well, you've talked to Chad, you know, Chad Hoover. Like, he's done all kinds of crazy stuff with that.
Totally. Someone in the chat wants to know where you're from.
I'm originally from Wisconsin, but I've literally, at this point in my life, I think I lived in Florida longer than I lived in Wisconsin. Yeah. So.
Oh, all right. Let's take another call, and then we're gonna get to some questions. Actually, let's take one more caller, and then we're gonna ask some questions. Go ahead, caller. Where are you from, and what's your PB?
Hey, Rick. Hey, Mikey. It's over-the-shoulder fishing here.
Hey, what's going on, man?
And just not much. Wanted to call in because you said so.
I appreciate it.
But I agree with what Jeremy said. I mean, I do spend about 98% of my time on my kayak. I don't have a very fancy one, like, you know, the pedal power ones. Mine's a paddle power, so, you know, my arms are pretty tired all the time. But, you know, I still get it done, and it's not impossible to do it. But, Mikey, I'd say if you're going to get a kayak, definitely save up for a pedal or a motorized, because it'll make your life so much easier.
Okay. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. My biggest struggles on the kayak, like I said, I joke about it all the time on social media, you know, that I love kayak fishing, but at the same time I hate kayak fishing. But my biggest struggles is, and everybody will say it, it's the wind. The wind and making efficient casts. Because, you know, in fishing, you know, the more casts you make, the better your odds are at finding that big one. And so if you don't have a pedal power, in my opinion, I always have to have my hands on my paddle. And so whenever I have my hands on my paddle, I don't have my hands on my fishing rod. So, you know, having having to reposition or especially on those more windy days, having to reposition, it's a challenge. A lot of times what I do is if it is a windier day, I'll drop my anchor. And like Jeremy said, you slow down and you pick apart an area. So I drop my anchor and I'll make a few casts to certain key areas. And, if they're home, they're home. If they're not home, I move on to somewhere else.
Right.
But having your, how do I say this without sounding too dirty? Having your hands on your pole at all the times will make you better, as you know from the boat.
Wow,
So,
as I know in life. I mean, I hear you.
Yeah, so that's like I said, that's my biggest struggles on the kayak. But it's not impossible. We still make it, and yeah, having the kayak, it definitely gives you access to a lot more spots that usually the boats can't get to. I have a few mods on my kayak. I have a simple graph, and whenever I'm going through the weeds, my transducer's on the side, so I can kind of loosen up the little boat and kick it up and glide through all the lily pads, guide through all the hydrilla, and into the next spot, or even fish those spots where the boats don't typically like to go all the time.
Yeah.
If it's super shallow, I can coast through it, or I can even drag my kayak to get to another spot, another honey hole that obviously a boat couldn't get to. So yeah, there's tons of pros for a kayak. Obviously, there is some cons also, but I mean, it is a different experience. I'm a stand-up fisherman, so my kayak, I have an Ascend 12T, so it's a sit on top. It's a 12-foot long. It's 36 inches wide, so I can stand up on it. It is pretty stable. I can do good hook sets on it without losing my balance and things like that. And so I'm a stand-up kayak guy. So I like to be casting and be standing up. I don't like to sit down all the time, although I will. And I'm a shallow water power fisherman. That's just how I fish. And one of the things that I have a 8-foot stakeout pole. And so what I do is when I'm standing up, I set my rod down and I kind of propel myself through the water with my power pole, kind of like a gondola would. And then when I'm ready to fish a spot, I slip the power pole through my anchor, my anchor rig, the ring on my anchor trolley. My anchor trolley. Stab it in there, and then fish for a little bit. And then whenever I want to move, I pull it back up and just kind of propel myself through the water that way. So, like the guy said, like Jeremy said, there's tons of mods that you can do, and it's pretty cool thing to do.
That just gave me a great idea, dude. Like next year for Valentine's Day, I can tell Swimsuit Girl, hey, I'm going to take you on a romantic little ride. Ooh. And basically treat the kayak like a gondola, dude. Yeah. I'm going fishing, but I'm doing the gondola and I'll sing some freaking Italian music. That would be great.
I love that.
There you go.
Trouble, dude.
Yeah, there you go. And you were mentioning about an ice chest. I've been thinking about doing this. I haven't done it yet, but I've been thinking about it because I haven't figured out how I'm going to work it. But I have a small ice chest that would fit where my chair goes. Yeah. So I was thinking about pulling my chair out and using my ice chest as my seat. And then I'm just got to figure out how to put a back on it for support. But there you go. Have a small ice chest for your water and stuff like that. And you can sit on it and paddle and then, stand up, get a drink, whatever.
I think that's one of the cool things with the yaks, man. It sounds like, because you guys are super creative because you have limited space. So you got to come up with solutions to all these little problems, all these little needs that you have when you're fishing. And you're only limited by your own creativity, with what you can kind of manufacture and put together or mod out, which is kind of fun,
Yeah, definitely. I watched YouTube videos of these other guys that do these mods to get ideas, and it's like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. Boom, I'm going to do that. Guys do crazy things with PVC and other things and aluminum and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, that's a good idea. So it's just a matter of stopping the kayak long enough to do the mods because again, I'm down here in Texas, so I have no off season really. I fish 13 months out of the year, you know.
Yeah.
And I struggle sometimes to stop and long enough to take the kayak out of the truck and do mods. The only time I absolutely do have to take the kayak out of the truck is whenever I put a hole in it or something and I gotta patch it up or something because otherwise, you know, it's gonna sink.
Going down.
But exactly. But yeah, no, the mods, the options are limitless, really.
That's pretty cool. You guys are getting me all fired up. I'm gonna probably end up hating it, but it's worth a try.
All right, man.
The only I mean, yeah.
No, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say one last thing. The last thing is one of the cons with the kayak, and I do want to get myself in a position to get a boat. But one of the cons of the kayak is you're solo. So if you got a family, you know, obviously you can't really bring the kiddos or the wife or the girlfriend or whatever with you on the kayak most times. I mean, yeah, you can get them a kayak also, but you know, I have a 9-year-old daughter that's getting into the kayak, and I have a almost 3-year-old son who just wants to jump in the water and swim, and you know, can't let him do that all the time. But
Well,
that's to a boat. So
that is one thing I do know. The dog ain't gonna be able to come with me. But what I think I'm gonna do is swimsuit girl every once in a while helps me shoot some content, and I think it'd be kind of a cool way to get some exercise, have fun, and so I think I'm gonna try to buy 2, which is gonna be pricey, but you know, it's a cool way. She's not a huge fan of the boat and coming out all the time, but I think it's a cool way to kind of maybe do something together, but at the same time do something that I want. You know, it's all about how you present it and how you frame it. So I can sneak in a little extra fishing and have her feel like she's hanging out in nature and we're hanging out together, you know? So it'd be kind of a win on both ends.
Oh, see, says you don't have a heart. Look at
yeah,
that.
I'm a big softie, dude. A little bit, not that big. I'm not that tall, so.
But yeah, all right, guys. Well, I'll let y'all go. Hopefully, give you a little more insight there.
Hey,
All
thanks
right,
for the insights, homie. Like that, those are all great tips. I really appreciate it.
Right on. Y'all have a good night.
All right, later.
Rick, I didn't think I get like that. Like I wasn't expecting much for feedback, but like literally, like we're crowdsourcing all my questions. This is kind of awesome. So
I love it. All right, before we take our next call, I got to ask you a couple questions. Just remind us all your PB.
You know, I forget. It's like 13.4 or 13. Listen, the show was a train wreck before I got on it, dude. So don't, no, man. Come on.
You can't tell me your PB. I can get it for me if I have
it's
to.
like 13.4, I think.
Yeah, I think.
It's a teener, dude. Literally all I cared about is that I broke 13. Because when it comes to fishing, like it's like, hey, I caught a 10-pounder. It's like, yeah, but did you catch a teener? And that's the big, like the big threshold.
13 is a
13.
beast. All right.
It was a dog.
All right, your bucket list lake.
I don't know. Everybody wants to go to OH Ivy, and I kind of want to go, but one of the things I have fun doing is finding like no-name lake in no-name place that's stupid good. So I don't know. I want to go to Hartwell right now. Like not like right now, but where I moved. So I moved to somebody asked, like they thought I lived in Gunnersville. So I live in Huntsville, Alabama. So I moved to Alabama from Florida, and Hartwell is like 4 or 5 hours away. So I'd like to go there. And then there's a couple like mountain lakes, I guess, up in Georgia. There's this whole like tourist section in Georgia. I think Rudd goes over there sometimes because he lives up in Knoxville, and it's like lonely spring-fed mountain lakes. Like I'd have to grow a beard, which I'm not very good at, but that would be the first step. So growing a beard and then going to these mountain lakes in Georgia, which would be kind of cool.
I'm just telling someone. I'll tell you. Telling Brendan not to wait too long. He's going to wait too long. All right. Our next caller, just so you know, is the guy. I think you guys commented on the colors, and you guys told me I needed to have like a
black and
chartreuse black back. And so these just showed up today.
I'm
looking at them for the first time.
Dude. That is
I really like these short shank hooks that we put on them. I've got some with BKKs and some with Mustad, so we're going to take a look at it. But this next guy knows a thing or two about kayaks, so he might actually have some good.
Sweet. I'm gonna have
And,
too much information. What is it, TMI or something? The
Yeah,
kids
something like that. Hey, by the way, Stone Cold or The Rock?
I'm not a wrestling guy. I'm so bad.
Okay.
I don't care.
Then I'm going to ask you your favorite band.
Oh God, I'm bad with that too because I listen to all different kind of stuff.
All right, fine.
How about my favorite album? Like,
all right, your favorite album as well.
Dude, the best album, and like that's the thing. We're gonna get old for a second. Kids don't understand how like an album works because there are no more such things as album because it's like dude, Chronic 2000, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg is literally probably the best in hip hop, no doubt. But it would be like a cage match for one of the best albums ever freaking made. Dude, it is the shizzle.
I don't disagree. All right, so our we got someone on the line, and like I said, he knows a thing or two about kayaks. So, hello, Gramps.
Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass."
We know who you like.
That is the answer to that question.
I do not.
Mikey Balzz,
what's going on?
big-time fan of yours, brother. Glad to see you on the live tonight.
Hey, I saw you in the freaking comments, dude. You got a few things to say, huh?
Well, first of all, I come in at the very end before Jeremy hung up. I was actually watching baseball, and I was like, "Oh, it's the live's on, and I'm already missing it." But I'm guessing that you're looking into kayak stuff, and the reason why I wanted to jump in so fast is if you live in Huntsville and you're minutes away from Ditto Landing, where Chad Hoover's kayak bass fishing headquarters is now located, and he's got every kayak known to man. You literally have the best resource for kayak information and getting into them and testing them out. I mean, he's literally right there at the Ditto Landing River launch. He's got a pond 10 minutes away that we call Hero Lake, where I caught my first frogfish earlier this summer.
Really?
But everybody can get into brands and all that, dude. But don't put brands in your mind yet. You need to put your butts in the seats. And the reason why I say that is everybody finds kind of what works for them. If you're interested in like a pedal power kayak, for example, they use like a push method to run their fins, whereas and that doesn't work for me. I've got a bad knee. Many of the other kayaks use like a pedal that's like a bicycle, and they drive that way. And a lot of it's really like those, because the great thing is that you catch a fish out of a brush pile, we want to instantly start pedaling backward to pull that bass away from the cover. But there's so many different seat types and platforms, and kayak fishing has evolved so much in the last 10 years. I mean, my first one was a cheap, Angler 150 or 115 sit on kayak. My boys were in the, Wally World specials, and there's so many quality kayak companies. You just got to really go find what fits you. It's kind of like boats, man. Every boat motor combination is a little bit different. It's the same with the kayak. And I tell everybody, find a kayak shop and go to a demo day and spend 10, 15 minutes out on the water at each of the different ones and find what works for you. And, Chad would be a great resource for you to have down there. Like I said, if you're in Huntsville, he's literally right there. And, Jeremy and I'll be down there probably a couple times this year because we're going to be fishing in the KBF State Challenge Series Championship at Gunnersville in October. And then we'll be back down there again for the Knucklehead Bass Fishing Series Cup in November. But, dude, there's so many good things out there. But, trust me, I have a boat, and it's for taking my dad, my kids, and my grandkids out. And, the kayak is all me time, and then spending time with my brother. Tomorrow, me, Jeremy, and my youngest son are going to go out and hit a lake and do some. So Man, I'm a big fan of your channel too. Love your puppy dog, and me and Gunner watch quite often.
Well, I really appreciate that. I appreciate the insights. You make a good point. I actually know Chad, dude, and I got his number saved. And this is how stupid I am. I didn't even think about calling him because he is like a golden resource, dude. So I'll give him a jangle and kind of see if I can't link up with him or at least get his insights, because he knows kind of my style and that pretty well. So he'll be able to at least get me kind of pointed in the right direction.
Oh, 100%, dude. I mean, it's just, again, finding what fits you. I mean, we can all talk about different brands. I'm an Old Town Pro staff, so, you know, I can sing their song all day long and probably get a hold of, you know, Ryan Lilly and have him shoot you one to play with. But again, Chad's just such a great resource. And, you know, I want you to find what's best for you, because that's really the best way to do it.
Yeah, there's no doubt, because I want to have fun with it too, man. I don't want to get it and be disappointed or, you know, just not feel comfortable in it, because it's something that'd be cool to expand the channel with and do some different things. And if, I mean, you know the deal. If you like it, you're going to use it, dude. So you got to find something that suits you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And it'll be fun to get you in the different places. I mean, you've got the river down there.
Exactly.
You know, chasing smallies, and, you know, it's just different type of adventures. Plus, you know, you double up the number of people that you can, you know, make content with. Because, you know, Alex Rudd does the boat kayak thing. And, you know, there's several of us that kind of split time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt, dude. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I talk about it a bunch. I love forward-facing sonar, and I get all kinds of hate for it on the channel. And I love that kind of fishing, that sort of pursuit, that hunting them down, using technology, hedging technology. But at the same time, like, I like the grassroots fishing. So how do you kind of cross that threshold, but at the same time remain on both sides? And I think like a sort of bare naked kayak is a perfect way to do it. I don't have to put graphs on it. I don't have to do that. You put some rods in there. You got your pedal drive. You don't need a trolling motor. Like, and if I want to jump in the boat and go do some of that kind of fishing, I can. If I want to jump in the kayak and try some creek that I just found on Google Maps, I can do that. So it gives you a lot of flexibility.
100%. Yep, 100%. Yep, that's the best way to do it, dude.
I'm fired up. Well, thanks for the insights, homie. I will definitely, I don't know, stay tuned. You're probably going to see some kayak adventures on Mikey Balzz Fishing. Maybe not immediately. And the weather's got to be halfway nice for it. But I'm kind of fired up. And
or at least some gondola tours.
Oh, I hear you.
The gondola is happening. I'll even put on a fake mustache, dude. And that, you know how they wear the little giddy up?
Yeah.
Stuff? Oh, this is that's going to be the intro to my like kayak walkthrough, dude. It's like, here's my kayak. And then there I am going down some river in freaking Alabama. Like, geez, like the pink Speedo and that, like, I'm asking to get beat up and freaking harassed. So we'll see what happens.
I'll sponsor that video.
See, Jeremy and I need to come down and take a boat ride with you, because we need to learn gunners a little bit.
Yeah, shoot me a message, dude. And even if I don't have time, or if I'm in Florida, dude, I know a lot of buddies, and I got a couple of buddies who are guides around here that can give you the layout and that, because it's a fun time to fish. When you guys come in October, it can be tough, but the past couple years, numbers have been good. And I know that doesn't mean much for you, but at least it makes for fun. And dude, I think last year there were a couple days where we caught like 50, 60 fish. Now, granted, the majority of them were like 10 to 14 inches, and we only caught a couple decent ones. But it was, if you like it, and, you know, your junk pulled on, and that gets you off like that, it's a fun time to be out, dude.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
You see how I slipped that in there, Rick? I'm still being like clean and well behaved, but every once in a while I got to kind of, you know, PG.
Yeah, no, I get it. We got to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey Gramps,
somebody's
asking Gramps if you've got a discount code for Old Town Kayak.
No, I have a discount code for Monsterbass, and I have a discount code for American Legacy Fishing, but nothing for Old Town yet.
All right.
Well, Rick, when are we going to see that? When are we going to see that crankbait?
Well, I mean,
you got a few.
I got my box of samples today. I got to approve them, and then I got the box of spinner baits today, all the different colors, and I need to approve them. I mean, I think they look pretty good. I mean, I really do. And again, we're using we're not taking any shortcuts, all premium blades. This one's using a Mustad hook. Yeah, I think they're all solid. I think they'll be in the, I think we're going to do a Monsterbass takeover. And then we're going to start rolling out all the new soft plastics. And we're going to start rolling out these baits. I'm going to basically give you a new bait. Between now and the end of the year, you're going to get a flat-sided crankbait. In the fall, you're going to get a suspending jerk bait. You're going to get 3 different types of spinner baits, I think. Because we got a Colorado, we got a double willow, and then we got a double willow, or sorry, we got a willow with a small Colorado. We've got a new square bill coming. What else? I don't know. But the soft plastics, basically what we're going to do is I'm going to put them in a bag. I'm going to put a QR code on it and ask everyone. It's going to be the largest product testing program in the country. I'm going to basically send out like 20,000 or however many soft plastics bags. And I'm going to ask people to help me name it. I'm going to ask for feedback. And before the end of the year, we'll incorporate changes and be ready for production of the branded new product. But you guys are all going to get it first because the molds are done. But I'm willing to make changes if we put it out the door and someone says it's garbage. Like I've got one of them right here. This is one that I showed last week.
Ooh.
And I feel pretty good about this one. I mean, it's got really great great action. We were throwing this in the tank and it was pretty solid.
Yeah, they do that shimmy kind of deal.
Yeah. Except for now I got some sort of bass syrup all over my hands and it's gross. I don't know why fish like that stuff anyway. But anyways, Gramps, you're gonna get some. I'm gonna send you some. Right now I've got one set of samples for Academy, for the meeting at Academy. I've got one set for 2 other big box stores, and I've got one set for me. Once I get the pictures taken, because I don't even have pictures done. Once I have pictures and they're in the catalog, I'll send my copies out to you guys, and you guys can take a look and tell me what you think. But I think they're pretty solid. Even the, you can't see that.
No, the spinner baits look good, dude.
Like even the spinner baits, like I feel like you can't see it.
Yeah, but they have that good head too, where the head a lot of those spinner baits have like clunky heads on them, dude.
Right.
But it's like a super streamlined head.
We went through 6 different heads.
That's a lot of heads. Yeah, it's getting late, dude. Sorry.
But yeah, I feel pretty good about them. So Gramps, you'll get it as soon as I can get one to you.
I appreciate it, my dude. Can't wait to test that crankbait out.
Yeah. I will make sure you get the colors you asked for.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
Thanks for the tips, Gramps.
All right, gentlemen, I'll let you go. I'm going to keep watching.
Thanks, Gramps.
Appreciate it, dude.
All right. That's Gramps. All right. We got to go to. Oof. We got 3 people left. 3 people left. Let's go to this guy. Hello, sir.
Hello there, gentlemen. Did you miss me 2 weeks? Rick, you ended the show early 2 weeks ago, and then last week when I got a chance to call in, looked like it was over before I could get my call in, but sorry, man. You guys missed me. Hello there, Mikey Balzz. What's up, man? It is Mr. Gammett, man. What's happening? How is your summertime getting ready to start, man? Let me know what is the plan. I hear you talking about the yak.
What is going on, homie? I love your energy, dude. I am not that awake. I need to step up my game, dude. Gotta get off the water, and something else.
Well, I'm going to tell you, my man, you are now going down the rabbit hole of yakking. Going down the rabbit hole of yakking, which I did a few years ago, and I've been a boater for years, open bow boat, because I fished with the family. I did everything, taking up to 8 people on the boat and putting everybody with fishing rods in their hand and having a blast on the water. When I went down that yak rabbit hole, it's a whole different animal. When you look at the videos of Alex Rudd and Greg Branchard and all those guys who are loading up these jacks and taking them to different places, oh my God, do you know the money you're going to spend? You're talking to a guy with 2 lithium-ion, 100-amp power pack, a trolling motor. You're talking satellite radio. I got a tandem Brooklyn kayak TK122 because it said it holds 870 pounds. I wanted me and gear to be on the boat. I said, I'm just going to roll and practice. The best thing I did was just get out and try. Now, if you're talking about buying 2, I'm telling you now, do the variety, get yourself 2 different ones, try them out. Ask Alex Rudd. He done changed about 5 different kayaks in the last 2 years.
Okay. Are you happy about going down the rabbit hole? Is it like you feel like the outcome has been positive?
Well, I like the rabbit hole just because I tell you, when you go down the rabbit hole, it's like this. When you go down the rabbit hole of fishing, you think you're going to buy 1 lure, and then you buy 10,000 lures, and you're still buying 10,000 lures, and you're still fishing with 10,000 lures. That's the rabbit hole I'm talking about, because you think you're going to just use a few, and it's never ending. It's always something new going on. That's what I mean by when we go down that rabbit hole, we want to go down. So I'm going to tell you, when they're talking about adding sonar, I hadn't upgraded since Herman Hummingbird. What do you think I upgraded with? I went with an ACS Live 7. I know you look like you're Lauren. I went with an ACS Live 7 just to put on that yak. That's the crazy rabbit hole I'm talking about. I didn't have to, but I did.
That is one thing I am trying. Like the one thing, and like you said, what saying and doing are 2 different ball games. I want to not put a bunch of stuff on it. I want something that's like you pull it out of the truck, I throw 3 rods in there, a couple bags of baits, and I get after it. Maybe focus on shallow water fishing. Just keep it simple, because my life is not simple. Nobody's life is simple, dude. We live and day after day, complexity just builds up. So I'm hoping I can kind of keep it on that wavelength, but it sounds like I might be going down the rabbit hole into something else.
And Mikey, I know you think that because when I've seen you with that nitro, my man, you are down the rabbit holes of loving the gear like me. You loaded up that nitro, especially the new nitro with all the bells and whistles, man. You are that man, and everybody envies. We love what you're doing with the nitro.
Well, I appreciate that. I did freaking deck that thing out, dude. She is, and that's the deal, though. I'm looking for something that's in the other direction. I'll take the pedal drive and that, but I want something simple, dude. I think it'll be kind of fun, and I think a lot of guys talked about it in the chat, like honing your skills. Like you look at things totally different when you don't got a bunch of graphs staring you in the face. You don't got 250 horse behind you. You don't got spot lock. You approach things in a very utilitarian, direct way, and I'd like that. That'd be a good way to mix it up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I told myself that too. This is what you can do. Once you get it set up, you can leave the gear at home. You can tell yourself, give me 2 rods, give me 3 rods, give me 4 rods. Take those minimalist rods and say, look, and give me just XYZ bait. Now, I haven't got my Monsterbass bag from Rick yet. Now, that bag that he got with the 3,700 boxes in it, that's the kind of bag you want to take. That kind of bag. You say, all right, this is what I'm going to go with. I want crankbait. I want some worms. I want some creature bait. And then you want to go with that and say, this is it for the yak. I don't want to be putting 5,000 pieces of lures on it because you're not going to fish them in one day anyway. Now, underneath the seat, I noticed that the guys, and this is what I just added to mine with an Amazon, there was a little D-Walk seat, a true drawer seat that sits underneath, because I got a high back on that Brooklyn Kayak TK122 that I can put a little drawer, that two drawer, thing underneath the seat that I can drop lures and stuff in. That means I don't have to put them in the back. And that's the cool thing I think you want to add to it. Look, let me put a little thing underneath my seat so I can drop the lures in and keep going.
Yeah, just enough storage, but not too much kind of thing. Like you can store things away. And you know what? That's a good point, because one of the things I'm looking at it as is an opportunity for some different content. And if you want to talk a challenge video, when you have limited space, limited functionality, that's perfect, bro. Jump in a kayak, I got 2 rods, and I'm going to get after it. I got to make something happen just with this stuff. You can't be lugging all that tackle and all that gear around, because the last thing I want to do too is drag everything out of my boat and put it in the kayak every time I go out,
Exactly. I'll tell you what, but I just noticed I got a little email the other day. They picked a U.S. team. There's a competitive U.S. team going against about 8 or 12 countries right now. They picked the USA team already. That USA is going to be represented by some of the top kayak fishermen in the competitive tournaments right now. I think it starts in about a week or two. That's going to be something interesting to see. Guys competing in kayak from around the world and see how our team USA does.
That's pretty cool. That is really cool.
And that's what I mean by, this whole kayak thing is taking off. I noticed that even on the MLF, they're hyping. I think they got a kayak sponsor now. They're hyping the guys, the pro fishermen. They're all going. They got about 7 or 8 now that are going to the yak. I think within the next year they may have 25 or 30. They'll throw some yak stuff in a minute. You can tell that the hype is slowly going that way. You'll see some of the competitive big guys who are number one on the bass boat coming into the yak and then putting their senses together and seeing exactly what they can do on the water. That's what I'm looking forward to also. There's nothing better than seeing a guy who can just take his pure bass fishing, senses and go to work and says, look, this is how I'm going to get them today. I'm going to get them today instantly.
No doubt, dude. And that's a good point, man, because like the accessibility, like it took me freaking 12 years to save up for a boat. Like that's insane. And like, not everybody can do that. And the accessibility when it comes to a kayak, like you don't got to get a fancy kayak. Like you can get in the game for a couple $100 and play ball. So like, I think that opens the door. We had this huge blow up in bank fishing and that, and it's just, this is sort of a what do you call it? Like a segment or an extension of that deal. Like, cause these boats are freaking expensive, dude. So if you want to get out on the water and float around, a yak is your best alternative, unless you're going to float around in a tube,
That's what I think is going to make it fun for everyone. People are going to be looking at that, and everybody got to practice safety with the life vest and stuff on. I tell everybody, don't go out there killing yourself on any body of water, thinking that you don't need a vest on, especially with a yak. And you see some of the, the guys that are aggressively average anglers, these guys are going on the river with yaks, man. And that's some of the things I fish out here in California on these high desert, impoundments and stuff in the big lakes. I'm not going on anybody's river right now with the yak. I don't trust myself with the age I'm at right now to be going down a river dealing with unpredictable waters.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. I didn't even think about you should wear a life jacket. Like you can't just kind of go and freaking send it, Huh. I got so much to learn, dude. But this will be kind of fun. This will be a process.
But that's the thing about summertime now. Everybody got to be extra careful when they're around the water, even if you're on the bank. There's some people who think that, well, it's okay if I'm on the bank. I'm only 3 feet of water. People still drown in 3 foot of water sometimes. Everybody just got to be extra careful. Everybody needs to be making it to the neck, making it home at night and stuff. I tell everybody goes out for a little fun on the lake. You'd be surprised how many people don't come back from the lake who drink a little too much beer.
Yeah, because you ain't having fun if you're dead, dude. So I'd like to catch a few more fish before that time comes.
Yeah, I was telling you, it's springtime now and summertime is coming, man. It's always good to see you, Mikey Balzz. I'm telling you, man, you are the man that everybody thinks about, man. When they talk about fun on the water, you got the techniques that you're showing people, and everybody's loving what you're doing with the new stuff that's coming out. You're not afraid to get the guys and give the nuggets when necessary and throw it out, man. That's what's fun about fishing, guys. If you don't look at the Mikey Balzz channel, Mikey throws out those nuggets, and everybody needs a nugget every now and then. And if he throws you a nugget, don't be afraid to tune into some channels sometime to see what nuggets you threw out the last year.
Dude, Mr. Gambit is an awesome hype guy, dude. I gotta call this guy before I like go out on the weekend and that, dude. He will get you fired up.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Mr. Gambit, check your inbox when you're done.
Okay, man, I will, man. All right, buddy. You guys take care. Send him much love, man. You guys take care. Have a good time, man. Rick Lloyd didn't call in, man. They're remodeling my bathroom and everything. They're pulling new tubs and new all kind of stuff. It's been crazy the last week or so. Hopefully they'll get it done in the next week or so, but it's been crazy around my place. So I'm trying to get everything organized here for the summer. It's going to be fun, man. Looking forward to the summertime, guys. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Have a good one, guys.
All right, bye.
Take care, Mr. Gambit.
He's the best. All right,
Dude,
these two guys.
Fired up.
Yeah, we got 2 guys that have been on hold for almost 50 minutes.
God.
I kid you
They're
not.
not waiting for me, dude.
Yeah. Hold on.
Minutes. My girl
I'm gonna bring. Yeah, go ahead, sir. This guy's got. This guy just this guy's got classified clearance at the Pentagon.
Oh, I think we talked to this guy last time, dude.
Probably. We don't know where in the world he is, but he can't tell us.
You might have, but okay. So, my first question for Mikey is,
now that you're in Alabama, is it Roll Tide or War Eagle for you?
Oh, neither, dude. So I think didn't I tell you guys about this? So I went to UF and FSU. So I'm a house divided, man. Still in Florida. Yeah. I have very mixed feelings about everything.
Well, hey, now that you're down there in Huntsville, my wife's family's all down there, and we come down there quite often. And you know, you're talking about kayak and everything. I have a 10'2" Bass Raider.
Okay.
And I love that thing. I can carry 2 people on it. I throw it in the back of my truck. And, you know, I'm 59 years old. I throw that thing in and out of the back of my truck with the trolling motor, batteries separate. You know, I got to throw them in after I unload. But I love my little Bass Raider.
That's that little John boat looking thing, right? That's the one that looks like a John boat, like a little
almost.
Okay.
Not looks more like a little pontoon boat.
Oh, because it's got the little floats on it or whatever. The tubes, or I don't even know what they're called. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
No, it's actually just like it's just a molded plastic.
Okay.
And it's clamshell together, the top and the bottom. And I mean, I got 8 feet of room in the middle. It's like 8 feet by, I'd say, almost 2.5 feet of a floor. Has 2 seats. You know, I'm actually adding a foot control trolling motor to the front of it.
Nice.
And an extender arm for my trolling motor on the back. So I can have foot control up front, a trolling motor in the back to get me where I'm going.
Yeah.
And the only thing is, I will say this, you know, I have a real good friend of mine that he has a Old Town Autopilot 120 kayak. And when it gets real windy, it's hard to fish, no matter what. Now, he has a trolling motor on it with spot lock, but he has it where it's almost like he controls it with a key fob. So, you know, I know he still has issues with that, because if he wants to use spot lock or something, he has to stop and hit that key fob. Or if he wants to troll around, he has to hit that key fob all the time, which takes away one hand to fish. Okay. So that's something else to think about. You know, a trolling motor on that, you're not going to have the foot control.
So when it comes to, like, because the Bass Raider, like, I actually fished in one of those when I was a kid. They had one on a pond that I used to be on. But like anything, like, I have a little bit of an agenda here. So we'll do a little full disclosure. One of the things that I want to do is not only get the content, but I'm always telling Swimsuit Girl that she needs to get some exercise. And if we get like a 2-person kayak or like a Bass Raider, guess who's going to be paddling and doing all the work, dude? That's this guy right here. So what I'm trying to do is, if I get 2 kayaks and they both have pedal drives and they're independent, she's forced to like kick those pedals and do some work. So that's kind of like my little sidebar agenda with this game. So that's why I want to run 2, and I don't want like a 2-person kind of a rig, you know?
Oh my God, I love that.
How is that bad? I'm looking out for her well-being, dude. Like, come on now. That's not bad.
Marty.
So, hey, another thing I want to do is, the last time I was down in Alabama, our whole family went to Bob Bombhauer's for wings, and I came out and saw Chad Hoover's truck sitting there, so I went back in and talked to Chad, and I got your number from him. He said, "Hey, you need to call Mikey when you get down here in Huntsville. He'll take you out on his boat." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
He's pimping out guide trips for me.
He gave you up real quick.
Awesome. Yeah, dude, give me a call. Like,
he's handing out your.
I'll tell you what, dude, text me before you call me, or otherwise I'll never answer my phone. Because if I
don't worry, he's handing out your address too, so they'll just show up at your front door. Yeah, he's handing out your address too. We'll just knock at the front door.
That's what that dude was here for the other day.
Maybe.
Wow. Just note, I have a lot of guns. A lot of guns. So.
Hey, Marty.
Well, hey,
What size shirt are you?
Yeah.
What size shirt are you?
I am an extra large.
All right. I'm going to send you a shirt. I'm going to send you and Ralph a shirt for waiting the longest of anyone that's ever waited to get on the show. You guys waited
cool.
like a long time. Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I got to pick on you though, Rick. I know this is your first time flying solo with the show.
I can't take back this
I don't,
order.
I don't
already
see
hit
the Monster
send.
Bass Cares logo up.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to make that work. I mean, listen here. Let me find out. Hold on. There you go.
See, that's okay.
What are you talking about? It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen.
No, it's not. There. Oh, now it is.
Yeah.
But where's the Venmo code?
It's right
It says
there.
at Monsterbass, bro.
Is that literally to just send you
No.
money?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I need to start running a podcast.
Yeah.
No. But go ahead, Marty. Tell them what we used the money for.
But all right, Mikey. So what we did was we set up a separate Venmo account so that folks can donate money, and then I call around to these veteran tournaments. I get their addresses, and we use that money to send Monster Bass boxes to veteran and first responder tournaments for free.
That's pretty
So
cool.
Rick gives me a good deal. We get money into a separate account, and then I use that account to send Monster Bass boxes to these veterans and first responders.
So are you saying Rick is actually a good
So
guy?
that's what Monster Bass Cares is.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that
No
answer.
eye contact. No eye contact.
What was that question?
Yeah, he's okay. He likes the bet.
I'll have to throw a little bit into that pool
He
as
likes
well.
the bet.
I wouldn't mind being a part of that.
All right, great.
Because it's
there's
Monster
actually
Bass,
there's a QR code that Rick hasn't put up yet that you can just scan with your phone and donate straight to.
Okay.
The Venmo code.
That's
You just
like it.
keep
So,
you just
Hey,
keep digging
hey
in
Mikey,
there.
I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for the
Yeah.
insight. Give me a
And,
shot, man. You got my number. Give me a call, dude. Or shoot me a text first so I actually know it's you like calling me and not like some spam thing. All
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, gotcha. And just to let you know, I got a brother-in-law that has a house down there in Gunnersville.
Oh, nice, dude. Maybe I'll come stay with
Yeah.
you guys then.
Yeah, got a nice dock and everything.
Sweet.
Got the hook
There we go.
It's for the Monster Bass meetup.
Yep.
That's where
Yep.
I'll stay.
Yep.
Just be like, Marty
There you
said
go.
we could show up. It's
All
fine.
right, guys. Hey, have a great night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care, dude.
All right. We got to take this last call. And then it's time for Brendan. All right. This guy's waited 57 minutes.
God, that's endurance right there.
57 minutes. And before we even find out what his question is for you, Ralph, I need to know what your shirt size is.
Probably a 2 or 3X, just because I usually account for them shrinking in the dryer, depending on the material.
Or is that depending on how many wings you're eating that week?
Ooh.
Which one is it?
That too.
Okay.
Both.
All right.
Combination of both.
Okay. So do you want a 2 or a 3?
Probably do a 2.
Sure. All right. I'm sending it to you right now.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. You're finally on the air. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for your support. And the floor is yours. What questions you got?
I honestly been taking it in too because I want to kind of get into the kayak as well. And everyone who's called in and gave you advice is who I was going to tell you, Grant and Chad and Jeremy. That I hung out with them at the Classic. If you call Chad or go meet with him somewhere, take a thumb drive and plug it into his ear and download all of that data because he is a wealth of knowledge.
And it's so cool to sit there and listen and talk about all of that. And we're all veterans. I'm still active duty. Jeremy, Gramps, Chad, we're all veterans. So that connection is automatically there too. But yeah, he was a wealth of knowledge. And I'm not a strong swimmer, so that's what scared me away from the kayak. So I have a boat, and it's easy for me to wait on hold for 57 minutes because I'm fishing off my boat.
Wait, you're fishing right now?
Hung up because I was trying to take it. Yes, I'm on the water.
Wow. You are gangster. You are
I caught a fish
gangster,
while I was.
bro.
Well, I think when you stepped away and tried to figure out the thing, I took the phone off the little holder here to take a picture because I caught another fish, and that's how I hung up by accident.
Ralph, I'm going to ask you to reframe that. I didn't step away to try and fix it. I stepped away and fixed it. Like a boss.
This is true. Yeah. You
All
stepped
right,
away.
good. Yeah. I didn't need Jared. Screw that guy. He's gone. Good riddance. We don't need Jared anymore. I mean, we love him.
I think the last time I was fishing with someone live, I was with Philly guys live, and I caught a catfish, and I was on the screen on the Hollywood Square, and I caught a catfish. And in keeping with the nightly jokes tonight, it almost hooked my balls because he jerked and he hooked my pants. It was very close.
All right.
This isn't on me, dude. I'm clean. I've been very well behaved.
You have been very well behaved. And now I'm going to ask you each a question. Ready, Mikey?
I'm ready.
I want you to fill in the blank.
Oh, God.
My favorite position in the blank is blank.
I can't do that. I promised myself I would be good, dude. I'm not.
Listen. My favorite position in the blank is blank.
You're trying to get me in trouble because you know what I'm going to say.
I don't. Like, I answered it. My favorite position in the boat is the front.
That's bullshit. There.
Yeah, maybe. Here, let me give you time to think about it.
Wait, no. Hold on for a second. Let me see if you get this reference. My favorite position in a Volkswagen is in the back. What movie? What movie?
Ooh, I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. Early 90s. It was a trilogy.
Austin Powers.
Mallrats, bro.
Oh,
Mallrats.
I love
because Ben Affleck. All right, so now we're going to get degenerate. Ben Affleck wants to do something with this other guy's girlfriend. So the quote is, "What do you mean in the back of a Volkswagen?" So yeah, that's you took it there, dude. This is not. None of this is on my shoulders.
This is true. All right, Ralph.
Yeah.
Your favorite band is?
Band?
Yeah.
I thought he said
band. It'd probably be like individual things.
Oh my God, Ralph. This is like, all right, Ralph, I'm gonna have you fill in the blank then if you do this to me.
Don't go there, Ralph.
I'm trying to think of I've been to concerts, but it's all been individuals. I mean, that's a good one. Right now, if I had to pick a top singer that I'm liking now, is Morgan Wallen. But that was also the last concert that I went to and got to see him in person.
I'd rather watch paint dry. All right.
But you all see my pictures because we worked those concerts as security. So it's actually kind of cool to be behind the scenes and see that kind of
stuff. It is kind of cool.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like a volunteer thing we do to raise money for special events and stuff like that. If we're military, they put us in the strong arm position.
So Sublime is a good answer.
Security.
That is a good answer. That's actually the direction I should go in.
All right.
How about this? Let's make it a little more fun. What is the one band that you wish you could have seen, but one of the singers or one of the band members died? Because for me, it's either
Aerosmith.
Who's that?
He's not dead though.
Aerosmith be a good one. Linkin Park, because I grew up in that generation.
Yeah, so that's a good.
I saw Linkin Park a bunch of times. That was good.
Did you really?
Hey, here, I want you guys to Google something. Oh, Mikey, I want you to Google something.
I'm on it.
Google Steven Tyler's toes. and then click images.
I would Google that for my phone. No, I can't do that on my government.
Is that
phone.
real?
Those are his toes, bro.
That is just epic. So the girls watching this, like I guess HBO like bought like like whatever TLC. So there's some show called like The Crazy Foot Doctor where I can't watch it, dude. Like they cut things off, they reorganize people's feet. Like it's all kinds of effed up, dude. It's
You ever watched Dr. Pimple Popper?
Yeah, that was
one
actually cool.
Pop.
That
Yo.
was cool. Jesus, Rick, I really wonder if you're going to make it. And I'm starting to get a little worried about you.
You should be.
It should be.
Should be. All right. I got another question. Before we let Ralph go, I'm going to ask you each a question. Who wants to go first?
Ralph? Do because
okay, fine. Fine. You get to go first. Ready? Fill in the blank. My blank hand is my blank hand.
My right hand is my dominant hand. Screw you, Rick. Screw you.
Okay. Listen. All right. Ready, Ralph? Here's one for you. Your last meal would be?
My last meal would probably be popcorn shrimp.
That's a good pick.
Popcorn shrimp? Not jumbo shrimp? You want to go with little small ones?
It makes it last longer, dude.
Well, no, I didn't say you were limited to one order.
I thought
I want unlimited jumbo shrimp. I don't know.
I'm thinking the next step is the gas chamber. Like you're on your way out and like it's done, dude.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be thinking about a meal at that point.
No, I wouldn't either. I don't understand how those guys eat like that. I wouldn't have an appetite, but I don't know. Call me weak.
I don't know about that.
But I'll tell you, Rick, this weekend though. I know you guys are going a while, but Rick, I'll tell you this. I know I sent you a text earlier. I don't know if I sent you the pictures, but this weekend was awesome. We had over 330 kids fishing in this kid fishing.
Damn.
And you talk about smiles on kids' faces.
That's great.
So it's a local tournament that my VFW co-sponsors, along with Fort Knox. They do it at this little lake. They dropped 2,500 catfish in the lake last week. And dude, you talk about kids, smiles on kids' faces. The Academy donates stuff to us. So every kid left with a fishing rod, either a Zepco or a small open base, and a tackle box. And every kid got a trophy. Like we have a trophy guy that makes trophies, and he makes little bass trophies.
Aww.
And then we do big fish, boat fish, and heaviest fish. And this one kid in the 4 to 8 category, he won all 3 trophies in this category, and the glow on his face was just amazing. He was like, "Oh, do I get a trophy?"
That's
and
amazing.
we're like, "No, you get all 3 because you won all 3." And it was amazing.
That's amazing.
It's just so cool to see so many people.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was a hot day. It was 91, and I don't think I sent you the pictures, but 15 minutes into the tournament, the radio goes off, and someone goes, "We got a water rescue." And this elderly gentleman, an old Air Force veteran, was trying to get closer to the water. He slipped and fell in the water.
Oh.
And I had to run the length of the lake with 4 other people, including a game warden, in full gear. And we had to form a human chain to pull him out. And he was in like knee-deep surgery. And we got him out, and he had a little bruised knee. His pride hurt more than anything, but they made him go get checked out. And then like 45 minutes later, a 5-foot rat snake crawled up the stairs by the pavilion where everyone was eating. And people lost their ever-loving mind.
That's intense.
It was an eventful day, to say the least. It was just so cool to see all these kids and fishing. Everyone's coming out.
Amazing.
One of my buddies, he's retired. He got out and drove up from Nashville and rigged 187 rods with bobbers.
Wow.
He's a better man than me.
But
then again, it's not really hard to. It's not really hard to do that. All right, Ralph. Listen. I thank you for your service, Master Chief. I thank you for all you're doing with the kids. I think that was amazing, and just as important, I thank you for being on hold for 50 minutes and really sticking with us. So, thanks, bro.
No, thank you. Appreciate all you're doing. So, can't wait to see all this new stuff come out.
Thanks, man. Stay safe out there.
See if I can catch it.
Yeah, catch a few more before the sun goes down.
All right, man. Bye. All right. Listen, man, I appreciate you taking all this time to be on the show. We got one last caller, and then we'll call it a day. You good with that?
10-4. I'm in, dude. I'm having a good time.
All right. One last fill in the blank question then.
Oh, dude, you.
I love to blank from behind the blank.
So I'll answer that question. But let me ask you, did you Google this and are you just running through a list on your screen right now?
No, I'm making this up as I go.
Are you serious? Then you are sicker than me, dude. That is awesome. That makes me feel really good. So you love to what? Behind your what?
Well, hold on. Let's bring on Brendan first. We got to keep this family friendly for Brendan. Not that he's like a child. He's a grown ass man. So, hello, sir.
Come on, man. I don't care about being vulgar or anything, but I'm not going to say words, vulgar words or anything. But that's all you guys. It's been an interesting stream.
Hold on, Brendan. For the record, I'm not asking anyone to say anything vulgar. I'm just asking you to fill in the blank. Like my favorite position in the boat is the front.
That's exactly it.
All right, then.
My throwing hand is my left hand.
You're throwing. That's good.
Right?
What else we got?
I love to stand from behind the bar. I mean, I can fill in the blanks all day long, Brendan. This is a family-friendly show, and I take offense to the fact that you think that I'm trying to be vulgar. I'm gonna listen. When I meditate tonight, I'm gonna say a prayer for you.
Is that while you're on your high horse or after you get off?
Oh, I'm about to get on it.
You're about to get on that high, from behind, like that's
from behind the stable.
From behind the stable, exactly.
See? Listen, if I had a Volkswagen, though, I might answer it differently. I don't know, but I don't. All right, Brendan, you love to catch big fish. What do you got for this guy?
Yes, I do.
What do you got for this guy?
Well, I had a few questions for you, but I think this one's pretty interesting that I just tried out, Mike. And that is putting in, you know what the OG speed worm is, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been putting that one on the back of a swim jig, and it's got a pretty unique action, and it hits through grass really, really well. So I've been very interested in that. And I'm not sure if it's like, have you ever tried that before?
I have, actually, because the speed worm is such a tool in Florida that you always have them laying around. So we put them on the backs of swim jigs. And then the other thing I did, if you watch the videos, I started fishing a lot offshore in some of those like pit style lakes and that. And we started putting them on wobble heads and also like what do you call it? Like a football jig that we would actually slow reel across the bottom. So kind of the same concept, and it had this awesome action and they chowed it, dude.
Man, I love fishing the Magnum speed worm. Like that's like a super good bait for me. Like I just love fishing that so much. It's a
blast.
Really good
one. What's nice about that is if you rip the tail off, you can use it like a Senko or like a stick bait, dude. It's kind of versatile, like because a lot of times the fish will come up and they'll bite the tail off of it and rip it off, and you're like, oh, I'm SOL. But you can turn around and actually use it for a wacky rig or just like a fatter kind of stick bait.
Yeah, man, you definitely. I just throw them in the melting pot and make whatever else I want to fish. Because I don't really fish Senkos unless they're like 7 to 10 inches. Like I've had some really good luck on like 7 to 8 inch Senko. The 10 inch one I've yet to catch any like good quality fish off of. Right. But dude, that thing has an insane action.
Yeah.
Like it's super, super thick around as well. So it's got like some heft to it so you can throw it really far.
Yeah.
But dude, really those things are awesome, especially in the summertime. Yeah, you just throw it. It's literally you throw it on a wacky rig, but you got to put those like shrink wrap tubing around them, like from the hardware store, and you can cut it and shrink it around the worm, and you throw like a big like a 1/0 to 2/0 wacky rig hook, and you throw that thing out there and on an eco rig or just a weightless wacky. It's pretty cool,
dude. And you can cast it a mile. The amount of plastic that's in that thing is insane, dude.
Oh yeah, it's pretty crazy, and the amount of salt too is in them. It really gets them sinking fast. It lets you throw a good place for sure. And I also see that you're doing a little bit more with big baits. I'm a big bait junkie. I've kind of become addicted to it for the past few years. And I was just going to see, what bait have you had the most success with as far as bigger baits go? Is it like a soft bait or a hard bait, or is there a specific one that you've had a lot of luck with?
So I've definitely played a lot more with big plastics, just coming from Florida, because we did a lot of plastics presentations. So like Magnum beaver style baits, the Magnum stick baits that you're kind of referring to, big swim baits, 7 to 8 inch hollow bodies, as well as full body swim baits. But what I'm doing now up here, like in Gunnersville in North Alabama, is I'm trying to kind of tap into some of that hard bait stuff. And I have a fine line. I'm not willing to spend like $300, $400 on a bait. So I try to keep it kind of like your budget big bait, your BBBs. And so I just got my hands on, thanks to a buddy, because you can't find them in store, but a Chad Shad. I've been playing around with that. You know, you got your river to sea glide baits, you know, the S Waver. There's a couple other ones. There's one I got. What the hell's that one called? I forget what it is, but it was like $60. You know, that's kind of like my price point. Like under, what's that?
Was it a Shizard or a
Yeah, that shooter, not $100. I was very fortunate. I bought that many years ago, and somebody gave it to me for $60, and I took it and ran. So, no, it's but basically, I've been trying to play with the hard baits. What I find so interesting is, you know, I'm detail oriented to an extent, but not to a fault. And a lot of these guys get really hyper focused on these swim baits and the actions, and I'm starting to see that, like, why. It's amazing the different actions that a bait that looks exactly like another bait can have, like the different twitching, the different sort of like Y or the S movement. So I'm kind of in the learning process. But what's cool is up here, a lot of these fish eat that kind of stuff. The big shad, you know, the big gizzard shad. So it fits right in, and it's nothing, you know, unimaginable to have like a 3 to 4 pound bass eat like an 8 inch bait, dude. So it's a cool situation.
Yeah. Dude, it is so much fun. If you've ever fished like an 11-inch bull shad, some of those fish, like the 1 and 2 pounders, will sometimes just come up and look at it, and those are the followers and everything. And then you'll just see like a 4 pounder or 5 pounder just come up and they just engulf the whole thing. It is so much fun fishing big bait. But I mean, what'd you say? Sorry, you broke up there.
No, it's crazy how curious these fish are, because I've never gone to an 11-inch, but one of my first big swim bait experiences up here was hanging out with my buddy Jacob Wall, and we were on some bedfish on a flat, and he's like, hold my beer, watch this, and he pulled out this like 9-10 inch, I think it was like a Roman made, like he's from Oregon, so he has all this like swim bait stuff.
Negotiator.
And he slanged it out there, and this flat was super clear water, and we saw a bunch of fish swimming around. And when he slanged it and started reeling it in, all of a sudden all these extra fish and these big fish came from nowhere and just started swimming up to it. And it wasn't even so much that they wanted to eat it. It was just like, they're like, hey, you're new in town, you know, let's get to know each other. And it was such a, because dude, that's what we're into. I don't know about you, but like I love catching fish, don't get me wrong, but I like seeing and understanding the behavior almost as much. We're a bunch of mad scientists, dude. We want to understand what's happening as much as we want to execute on it. And those big baits show you a lot about how those fish behave.
I mean, totally. It's so much fun to fish the bigger baits and to see the drawing power that they have on some of these fish. But I mean, like one that I would definitely recommend that you get if you don't have one already. You can actually get them for like $68 on Amazon Japan. It'll take you a few weeks to get here, but it's worth it. I stocked up on like 7 or 8 of them. It's $250. So usually the retail is like $160 or $170. But on Amazon Japan you can get them for really cheap. In some okay colors. But that's a really good one. That if you want to see the biggest fish in your lake, that's a bait that you want to throw. It has something special with it.
So I think you're a real tease, dude. You broke up when you said the name of the bait.
Oh, maybe that was on purpose. I don't know.
Right. Well played, dude. Well played.
Clever. And it's the Depths 250. It'll show you every big fish in your lake. I've caught a lot of huge fish on the Depths 250, and I think it's because of the joint, because of how quiet it is. But also how it can glide pretty far if you get it on the right cast, and also you can work it kind of fast too to get those hits. But if you can find an OG Depths 250, Those are a little bit better just because of the fact that you pop in and turn the two screw eyes in or out to change the action from a super wide glide to a more choppy kind of glide. That's the term that I think Ben Milken was saying it.
Yeah, I'll look at it because that's what I'm playing with right now is the chop glide stuff. That whole like twitch it kind of deal. So
yeah, those are really good baits, especially for like in the spring. Like those bass really like they really get fired up on those things. Like I've been throwing the new trick shad a lot, and I'm sorry, you broke up again.
Yeah, go ahead,
sorry, I don't have really good surface.
Go ahead, especially in the spring.
Especially in the spring, the choppy style glides, they work extremely well. I haven't had a ton of luck on like super wide gliding ones in the spring. That's more of like a fall and summer kind of thing that I've found. But if you want to also get into like other big baits, weight baits are another good one. They're super easy to use, but I like a weight that you can also crank down a bit. So like the bull shad wake, the bull wake, that's one of the first baits I ever like threw as far as bigger baits. And dude, I have some of those things that are so beat up you can barely use them anymore. I mean, it is just such a good bait for a beginner, and it catches big ones too.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and you can get it a lot deeper than you would think because it actually sinks. Buka gave me one of those way back, like many years ago, and I played with it where I was catching on like a 6XD and that. So I got a couple of those in my box actually.
Okay, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, Buka makes some of the best like baits and like big baits in my opinion. I mean, they just catch fish. They might not be the prettiest baits out there. I mean, like the custom painted ones are pretty, but I mean, the other ones aren't the prettiest ones, but they sure do catch them for sure.
They catch them, and it's always nice buying from a dude like a good dude. Like he's good people, and he's a mad scientist, a good businessman, and just. He's such a nice guy. Like I'll tell you a little thing about Buka too. He's always been very supportive of us, like little YouTube guys. Like I know he does a lot with tactical bassing and stuff like that now, but like I'm a no-name dude. And like years ago, I was even less of a no-name or more of a no-name or whatever. And he was always like, hit me up on Facebook, shoot me a message. Like he's such a grassroots guy, dude.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to visit his place. Hopefully after ICAST, he invited me up there to come check it out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to drop some cash there.
Yeah.
I love his baits so much. They're like such good baits.
You'll have fun there. The test tank is super cool.
If you ever need any like I mean, if you ever need any recommendations for baits, or if you can't find a bait that you want, just hit me up and I'll be more than happy to help you out.
I appreciate the insight because I know about the kayaks.
Actually, just call Hoover. He'll give you Mikey's address, and you can go over his door.
Just show up at my door. Dude.
Like, hey, dude, I follow you on YouTube. This isn't weird at all.
Oh, man.
All right, man.
I actually just bought a paddleboard for fishing. It's pretty fun to use. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
even with the gators here, it's still fun.
Well, you can always hit them in the head with the paddleboard.
Totally.
I don't know. That's maybe a little beyond my level of extreme. I've had gators charge my boat, so I don't know how I'd feel about being in like a kayak or on a paddleboard when they're willing to like charge like a 18, 19-foot boat.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't had anything hit me yet, so it's good thing. I might just go to like the gator-filled waters in the boat and just take the paddleboard in like small lakes and streams and whatnot.
That's probably a good idea.
That's what I'm going to do with it. It's cool because you can like deflate it and everything. Yeah.
April's the month, man. When they're bedding their thing, they're not cool to hang around.
Oh yeah, definitely not. Whenever you hear the babies like chirping and everything, you better get out of there because someone's going to come around. It's definitely a little sketchy whenever you get around their nest. A little scary sometimes, especially at night. They'll mess you up if you can't see them.
The little red eyes, dude. Just shine a light.
I don't want to shine a light whenever I'm night fishing. That scares the fish away. So, all All right, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't want to keep your time and everything. So,
All
Mike,
right,
if you need anything, hit me up on Instagram. I'm Brown Baitco. So, if you need anything, hit me up.
10-4, appreciate it, homie.
All right, see you later, Brendan.
All right. I'll talk to you later, Rick.
All right, man. Bye. All right. Let's see if I've done this right. All right. I think we're good. Well, listen, we didn't get into any trouble today. We kept it PG.
A little bit.
I mean, I've only got like 1 or 2 fill in the blank questions to go. But I'm gonna save those. Don't worry. I'm gonna save those.
Right.
We just hit the 2-hour mark. I want to be respectful of your time. We went longer than I expected. But I just want to say, thank you, man. Thank you for taking the time out of your day and away from Swimsuit Girl. And,
Rick, you know I enjoy hanging out with you guys, dude. We have a good time. I'm kind of looking forward to Florida, dude. But as long as we don't end up in jail, that's the big operating key. So
I think if we bring we can bring a chaperone. We'll have to find him.
That's a good. I think Rafi might play the role.
Oh no.
He gets loose.
Rafi's not the chaperone. It might be someone like maybe we might need like a father figure. Maybe it could be Gramps.
I don't have a bad idea.
Yeah, Gramps could keep us in line.
Yeah,
we'll see. We got time. We got time. We can think it.
But that's a good plan, though. I think that's a good stay out of jail plan. Oh, like a chaperone, he'll let you have fun, but he won't let you cross the line.
That's right, and we need that. So, listen, man, I appreciate you, and glad to see you're doing well. And I'll talk with you soon.
Hey, I enjoyed it, and I want to do it again, more consistent.
All right, man. See you
later, dude.
All right, bye. All right. Well, that was amazing. All right, guys. Let's see here. There's your golden tickets. 22550-13891-77113-36841-55020 and 82009. We had a great show today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for everyone that called in. And I'll see you guys next week. All right. Take care. Now, if I only know how to end this thing, because I don't, just for the record, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I think we just hit end. All right. Bye.